this? Oh, okay, all right, let me play this.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, welcome everyone for the Saturday reading the Saturday Siddhanta. So, okay, all right. So let's start the class. Om Ajnanaतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय राधिकायै प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तनारायण इति नामिने. नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने. वाञ्छाकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते. तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामो 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 हरे हरे. Welcome everyone for the Bhakti Siddhanta, that is basically Bhakti reading class. So we are currently doing this Bhakti Rasamrta Sindhu, in which up to the last class we covered the verse 5 actually. Verse 5 was talking about the Seva Aparata. So today we will be continuing from verse 6 onwards. And so this is basically what you really see there is basically from the book. We are just reading through. But we will actually try to go through a little faster this time. But sometimes I really get into so much of details. So this, the Nama Aparata is basically verse 6. It is talking about the severity. But the 10 aparadas that we all usually talk about, there is a separate verse for that. So here the verse starts as Sarva Aparada Kritapi Muchyate Hari Samsrayat Harerapi Aparadan Yaha Kuryat Vipadapam Shanaham Namasraya Kadachit Syat Taratyeva Sanamataha Namno api sarvasugrudo Hiya paradat patati ataha. So this is something very, very important that we have to be very careful. That's what it is. That's why there is a separate verse for this one aparada, which is actually the Nama aparada. Of all the Nama aparadas, actually Vaishnava aparada is the biggest one. Biggest one is the Vaishnava aparada. So, but anyway, sadhaka should remain thoroughly attentive to avoid committing all the offenses mentioned in the previous section. That was the Seva aparada, when worshipping deity. So who can worship deities? Only those who are initiated. That means not just mantra initiation. You have to have Diksha initiation. So because Diksha initiation, you will get the necessary mantras also, so that you really do in the Sandhya Vandana time. And then perform the puja. They're doing this the deity seva, for which we Gokul Bhajan, ourselves have really written a book about it, so that how to do it. So it's all basically coming from our genuine Gaudiya book that we have. So that's what the seva aparadha we are talking about. But here, here the offenses, especially when we really do, during the seva aparadha, if we are not careful, we will be committing so many problems there. So there, you remember when you really put the deity to sleep, one of the things is, aparadha sahasrani we say. Actually, sahasrani means thousands. But the thing is, the way I think is, it should be probably kotis. Aparadha kotis, koti. So we have to be careful there too. Anyway, if a most wretched and fallen person, that means, the human being, who has committed severe offense at the feet of Sri Hari, ever take shelter of the holy name of Sri Hari, then the holy name alone mercifully delivers him from such all offenses. There is no doubt for this whatsoever. So Nama is very, very powerful and more merciful than even the deity. Even more merciful than Krishna himself. So Nama is much more. So even though we say Nama and Nami, there is no difference, but this is the only subtle difference is there, is when we really worship as Nama, then it really, you will get more mercy. Because when we really visited Navadvip Parikrama, one temple that we really went, that particular Babaji was really living there for a long time, and then there, the deity is the Nama. So in the temple altar, right, if you see that, that it's a frame of this Maha Mantra, and that is where they are the deity. And he got so much of, Siddha Pranali, and he had so much of realizations. It was amazing that I really mentioned when I was leaving the Harikatha about the Navadvip Parikrama. So the Nama is very powerful. There is no doubt of this whatsoever. By the way, but Vaishnava Aparadha is even no. Nama also will hesitate. Okay. So you have to really get the pardon, the forgiveness only from whom you offended. There is no other way. That is why here, if you see that this Durvasa Muni, when he actually gave Ninda to Ambarish Maharaj, what happened? The consequence? It was so severe. She was going all the abodes and all the abodes, every Shiva, Brahma, everything, even Vishnu. Then Vishnu said, I cannot help anything, no way. If you did aparadh to me, I could have helped. But no, my devotee you really insulted. So only he can, only he can. So that is why if you see that, he really comes back and then falls at the feet of that devotee. So Vaishnava is very, very high. People normally don't understand the difference between Vaishnava and Brahmana. Brahmana they have big difference. There is a book written by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur I have. Oh, what a difference there. Brahmanas is different. They are sattvic, there is no problem. But here when they really come Vaishnavas, they are above everything. There is no ashram, nothing. They are all above all those for ashramas. Anyway, so here, but if one should have commit an offense at the feet of Sri Harinama, his fall down is inevitable. Nobody can help. Even Vishnu could not help in this case I was talking about. So about 2 verses were quoted from Bhakti Siddhanta. Okay. Now, next one is talking about the Nama Aparadha, where the primary thing is really going to be the committing offense against Vaishnava. Okay, all right. So he's saying that 10 kinds of Nama Aparadhas will now be described in connection with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Why it is really connected to the chanting the holy name of the Lord? See, it's not saying that it is actually direct, it is actually connected to the Lord, but here it's saying it's connected to the Nama. So any aparadha that you are actually doing, depending on the severity of which the first one is really topmost, you cannot chant anymore. This is the problem. So if you cannot utter the name of the Lord, everything is finished. Because Nama is the only deliverer. Only real deliverer is the Nama. Only deliverer is the Nama. So this is considered as all these aparas, there are more, but 10 are topmost. We really covered that in the class of Jaiva Dharma before, when we did the English version. Anyway, so to commit offenses against the Vaishnavas by slandering them, and so on. It's called Nindadi. Nindadi means, Ninda means is giving him unhappiness, or you are actually giving him really so much of sufferings. Adi means beginning with the Ninda and so on. Ninda means actually Ninda. Adi means you are insulting, or you are actually you are hitting him, or you are actually doing all the kinds of things. Adi means like that, beginning like this. So there are more. So the word Adi refers to 6 kinds of, here we go. 6 kinds of Vaishnava aparadha indicated in the following verse from the Skanda Purana, quoted in the Bhakti Sandarbha. Khandi nindati vai dveshti, Vaishnavan navi nandati, krutyate yati no harsham, darshane patanam ni shat. So to beat Vaishnavas, look at here. Yeah, here it's all describing the full so many things. So some more items there as what are actually considered as Ninda, from Nindadi. So to beat Vaishnavas, to slander them, to bear malice against them, to fail to welcome them, to become angry with them, and to not feel happiness upon seeing them. By these 6 types of Vaishnava aparadha, one falls down to a degraded position. Many cases, if one actually feels that the Nama Ruchi is not coming, I really wrote a blog long time back about this Nama Ruchi also. This Nama Ruchi is very, very critical. If one does not hanger, so the hangering of, it's like, for example, suppose you are really getting so hungry, right? So hungry, you really desperately want to eat something. Then whatever you eat also is certainly going to be tasty. That's a different thing. But that kind of attachment to chanting the Nama has to come. It is not like, because 16 rounds I am supposed to do, okay, all right. You sit there and then say, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram. And sometimes you really do so, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. So you try to only meet that count requirement. But on the other hand, what? Like Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is also chanting, but there is no record of really he chanting the whole thing. But Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur is also chanting. But there is a difference there. Even though he is a Nama Acharya, Rupa Goswami's one chanting is more than that one, all the 300,000 names chanted by Nama Acharya. Our Gurudev is saying that. So the quality is important. So you really shout, oh Krishna, like that. You just, you bring the whole thing in you. Then automatically, the taste will come. So anyway, so why I am talking about here is, if we do not have that kind of taste, if we do not have tears coming when we are chanting, you must have done some Vaishnava aparadhas. Directly or indirectly. There is no question about it. So now if you think that you might have really done Vaishnava aparadha, so what is the remedy? So the remedy is to go only to that person that one offended and beg for forgiveness. Sometimes I really talked about how even Rupa Goswami got into problem. When he was chanting and then he was really entering into the Leela, and there was one the layman, one man with all the body defects. He was walking with, just like that. And then by the time, that man was just passing in front of Rupa Goswami, And that time Rupa Goswami was laughing because he was really, seeing all the leelas and what Krishna did and all the. So he laughed and laughed but then the person, he was also Vaishnava, he got offended indirectly because Rupa Goswami won't do that, but indirectly. This is why we have to be very careful, especially when we are actually talking about somebody. We have to be extremely careful. Because the problem is these gossips that we really do, talking about other person, one person about another person, it's going to be very dangerous. It will give havoc in your life. It will make your life miserable. I am not saying. Shastra is saying. And become totally degraded. We cannot even hear Karikata. And because the taste will go away. Nama, chanting will go away. Everything will totally collapse. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, it is like a mad elephant entered into the home and destroyed everything. When the mad elephant enters even into small place where you have the Bhakti, Lata is sprouting, what did you do? One chunk finish, crushed. So actually, if you see that there are a lot of nama aparadas going on by the devotees. The initiated devotees, one way or other, they really sometimes about to really run into it. But we have to be very careful. That is why Bhakti, especially this Krishna Bhakti, is very easy to get in, but very difficult to maintain. Unless you have sadhu sangha, unless you really have completely under, that you are totally in line with Gurudeva, because otherwise you won't be strong. Okay. Next one. To consider Lord Shiva to be the Supreme Lord, separate and independent from Lord Vishnu. This is, so many people are actually just falling under this. Because if you really see the Saivites, they have a totally the opposite way. From Shiva only Vishnu came. All the Puranas, another important one I am telling is, we have to be very strict about Puranas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't read anything other than Srimad Bhagavatam. Because everything is all corrupted. They are all totally mutilated. And people are just adding and subtracting and so many things left and right. And also these Puranas are divided into 3 categories, Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. And you should never take the Tamasic and then the Rajasic Puranas. So Tamasic Puranas, if you see that, there is Shiva Purana, Linga Purana, all those things are coming there only. They are actually made for those who are really coming from the Tamasic mood slowly up, so that it is giving some faith. But when they really come up and up above, then Tamasic, because they'll be automatically attracted to those kind of Puranas depending on their quality. So in that, they are really always confused because they are reading that Purana. So in our Sampradaya, especially under our Gurudev, if it is not in Srimad Bhagavatam or some of those which are manifested by our 6 Goswamis and Acharyas, then nothing. Purana, that is why, that was the reason why Vyasadeva got so miserable and he was about to kill himself. When he really wrote all these Puranas, other Puranas, right, other than the Srimad Bhagavatam and Mahabharata, so many things he did, finally he said, he got totally gone. He said, no, I am going to kill myself. My speech is gone. Then only Narada Muni comes and tells, you have really done something only for karmis. Who will really run and then, go for, hearing Mahabharata. Yeah, Mahabharata serial means they won't miss it. But we don't really do anything with that. No. But the beginners, they may need some jewels from Mahabharata. For beginning Kanishta of Vaishnavas may really, so because Bhagavad Gita is part of that. So, but all the other things are what? Heroic, these and all kinds of logic, fighting and these and so many Dharma, mainly Dharma. Dharma Prana actually, this whole Mahabharata, if you see that. So we have to be very careful. So Lord Shiva is not independent. At the same time, he is not separate. He is actually the first Vaishnava. That is why it said, Vaishnavanam yada Sambhuhu. Srimad Bhagavatam itself is telling that. That is the reason we are worshipping as a first Vaishnava. Sanatana Goswami used to really worship Lord Shiva in the sense, it's like a friendship, like a Sakya Baba. So not like, oh, Lord Shiva is the highest. No, it's not like that. He said, Lord Shiva is the first Vaishnava and he is dear to me because he is so merciful and he got so much of affection with Lord Shiva. Even Lord Shiva actually moved, it is old age. Lord Shiva himself moved his temple from far to near to Sanatana Goswami. Look at how they are. Because Lord Shiva is not independent. In fact, no Devas or Devadas, they are not independent at all. They are all servants. Everybody servants. 3. To consider Sri Gurudeva to be an ordinary human being. Because this is very difficult to overcome. Because we see him as a person, especially when you really see our Gurudev. You will be like, oh my God, he looks so normal. So this thing he is doing. Because you should see, actually tomorrow I may have some small clips, how he is able to mingle with all those devotees like an ordinary person. But that may make us to think that, oh, he may be ordinary. No. This is what the thing is. Krishna will trick. Okay? And he will make all these kinds of big saints, the so-called saintly people, and they cannot get Krishna. Because Krishna's devotees, including those who he has empowered. Empowerment comes in some parts of the life. For example, our Swami Maharaj, he was a medicine man. He was studying, PhD in doctorate or something in Sanskrit, etc. Also, but he was a businessman. He was a Vaishya, right? So he had so many shops and he was selling medicines. Then all of a sudden, what happens? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati empowers him. Yes, you are doing this. Look at that empowerment. And just the previous day, he was a businessman. And now from today, he's a Guru there. I mean, he's actually Jagat Guru. One Jagat Guru is telling another one, and then he becomes Jagat Guru. Same thing. We have to be very, very careful. So that means, how will he get it? It's very difficult to get it. That was the reason when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually giving, he's in Navadvip, every evening he used to give big Sankirtan, the thing. And one day he said, yes, you all come and then ask me whatever you want, you just get, I will give it immediately. And people are coming, yeah, okay, I want Krishna Prema, I want, okay, you got it, okay, I want this, and yes, I want some, my cousins, these things have a problem, and that has been taken, okay, all right, taken on, everybody coming, somebody comes and then saying, oh Lord, don't cheat me, give me Guru Bhakti. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are the genuine. Because Guru Bhakti is Krishna Bhakti, there is no difference. So, in mathematically put, Guru Bhakti is directly proportional to Krishna Bhakti. No, Krishna Bhakti is directly proportional to Guru Bhakti. So, what is the independent variable is Guru Bhakti, dependent variable is actually Krishna Bhakti. So, the more you have Guru Bhakti, you will get more Krishna Bhakti. But it is not easy to get it. This is the problem. Okay? And the 4, to slander the Vedas, Puranas and other scriptures. What kind of Puranas we are talking about here? Vedas. Yes, Vedas. Vedas are actually Vedas meant for mostly karmis only. You worship Chandra, you will get this one. You worship Indra, you will get this one. So 80%, 75% of the Veda is like this only. But then, there you also have Upanishads. That is a jnana. Then above that is little bit of Bhakti Yoga is also there. Very little. Puranas, Sattvic Puranas, so it has levels. So we should not really slander. But what we should do is, that is for tamasic people or rajasic people. Okay, because my Gurudev told that we should not be using that, but you respect them. So we should not really do slander them. That is what the thing is. Right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you just avoid reading anything else other than Srimad Bhagavatam. But at the same time, give all the respects to the other scriptures. Number 5, to consider the praises of Sri Harinama to be imaginary. This is Advaita. The whole thing about this Mayavada philosophy, which is worse than even the original Advaita, is that, oh, this, no. God is what? Is Brahman. Brahman has nothing. That is similar to that the Buddhism is talking about Nirvana. So if Brahman has no property, no mercy, nothing, it's just void, nothing. You cannot even think about how it is. No property, no qualities. Then what these guys are doing about, just coming with some names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. It's imaginary. Because for them, anything in this world is imaginary. You are dreaming, they say. So, these Harinama, to consider the price, because we are praising Harinama a lot. And just now I really talked about Harinama is everything, it's the most merciful. But then they say it's imaginary. So, if you think like that, okay, in other words, to consider that the potencies which have been praised in the scriptures, all the scriptures are talking about the Harinama, the greatness of the Harinama. And for them, it's only ordinary words. So that is another big aparat. That means that is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, all these Mayavadis are aparatis. Even if they say Krishna, Krishna, if they really try to praise, talk about Krishna, it is like the thunderbolt, they are hitting Krishna with. Because they don't have any bhakti. Because for them, bhakti is imaginary. Bhakti is just a mental problem. You really deal with some mental problem, you are a mental case. So they say, all right, you really worship Vinayaka, you worship Durga, you worship sun god, these and everything, all those things. That way you can really do something, but everything same. You do whatever you want. This is completely Namaparat. Anyway, 6. To give an unauthorized and misleading explanation of Sri Harinama. In other words, to abandon the established and reputed meanings of the scriptures and foolishly concoct some futile explanation. For example, someone may argue that the Lord is incorporeal, Nirakar. Nirakar means, of course, that's what the Brahman that we are talking about, formless. Arupa, he doesn't have anything, nothing to do, no activity, nothing. And then formless, Arupa. Rupa means form, Arupa means no form. And nameless, Anama. Why everything coming as because real is Nama and Rupa. And they put Arupa and Nama. And that therefore his name is also imaginary. This is the thing. That is why we say that we should not associate with them even. You see? Because we have come to this stage, at least under our Gurudev. Why? Because of Sukriti we have done. And because of the Sukriti we have really done, we have to make use of the opportunity effectively so that in this lifetime itself, we achieve what the important, what the topmost goal is. So in that process, we have to be very careful because we are weak. And by associating with them, we will fall down. Number 7. To engage in sinful activities again and again, knowing that there is such power in the holy name that simply by uttering Sri Harinama, all sins are vanquished. I will tell you something. Even within some organizations, I won't tell. Because I heard that they actually, they like to eat meat. So they go there and then, buy hamburger, whatever it is there. They eat, then they chant, oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, because they know all the sins will be eradicated. Number 7 is here. This is the one. He's like a liar. Remember, liar is very, very this thing. So 7th is like that. To engage in sinful activities again and again, knowing that there is such power in the holy name that simply by uttering Sri Harinama, all sins will be vanquished and I can keep on doing. You kill someone. And then you come and chant the Mahamantra. No. Because when you are coming and you are to surrender to the Harinama. Through a proper guru, of course. So only when you surrender, what happens then? No more. No aparadhi should be really done. That's why these 10 or topmost, we have to be very careful. That means we should never think that it can save you by doing repeatedly, you really keep on doing sinful activities. No. That itself is aparadh. And number 8, to consider all kinds of religious or pious activities to be equal to Sri Harinam. This is the thing now. If we see, almost nobody in this world knows what is bhakti. They are thinking, actually we are planning to write a book, just a book, by request from South India, from devotees. What is really bhakti? They don't have any concept, real concept. So no bhakti, and then little bhakti is what? You really go for some business, something to really get it here. If that doesn't work, you go to another. You go to another one. Oh yeah. Now I am going to whatever that particular there, and then now I will try. It doesn't work, then you switch the thing. Okay. So today, so far you are actually having Durga, and then finally it didn't work out. You throw Durga out. Now Ganesha is in, and that doesn't work also. You throw Ganesha out. The Lord Shiva is in. Even that doesn't work. Then you really Sai Baba coming in, and that doesn't work. We throw. This is what is. They are thinking they are doing bhakti. And here especially it's talking about the pious activities. Oh, all right. I have really done so much of this thing for the, I was feeding people, poor people. I have opened up the charity. I have opened these, eye hospital, free eye care, this, everything, all that. They're all pious. They are punyas. So there are two things. Pious and sukriti is different. Sukriti is related to something that you really do with the devotee of Lord Krishna. But the pious or the punya is something to do with your dharma and karma. You will get heaven, go. You will not get Krishna. So that's the difference. Because you are not really bringing any soul to Krishna. You are helping out so that they can live comfortably in this life. But what is the guarantee? Today you feed and tomorrow who is going to feed? Right? Today you feed and then put a big advertisement also in the paper. And ever you are saying, oh, okay, this charity, this was today arranged by so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. He's a managing director of this company, blah, blah. He donated this, everything. So, all right. So, but you cannot get it. That is not chanting, not like the effect that, the benefit you are getting by chanting Harinama. Harinama is so, it's immaculate. It has nothing to do with this kind of bhakti. And it is not really going to be heaven either. No. It is going to give something beyond and beyond and beyond all the heavens or whatever the dimensions that you talk about. The highest goal, which even the demigods cannot get it, which is prema bhakti. Is that the goal that many people are thinking that is the goal I want? Because they do not know what is really bhakti. They just call themselves as bhaktas. They put something here and there, all kinds of things, and then they think they are bhaktas. And now there is another thing is coming. To instruct faithless persons about Sri Harinama, Nastikas, we should never describe. So here is the very tricky situation. Then we are going for Harinam outside, Nagara Sankirtan. What will happen all those? You are not doing for those. You are doing as the order from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when we are actually going for Nagara Sankirtan, it is not that rascals, who really don't want to take shelter on Harinama, but it is really going to enter to change their heart. And another one is even the animals, cows and goats and these, even insects, they're all going. Their vibration will be entering in. They are going to get a human body next birth. But here, suppose somebody is ultimately, he's a Nastika or whatever, he is really hating all Harinam, Sankirtan, what we do. You should not really instruct him. Instruct means you are describing what is the benefits and things like that. No, you don't even talk about it. That's it. Number 10. Okay, now by hearing all the glories of Sri Harinama, why are we not chanting? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Actually, it is not just you take the mala and then keep on, just that's fine. That is because we need to make sure that we are doing at least minimum that count. Okay, that is there. But the chanting has to be going on in your memory all the time. The Harinam has to be vibrate all the time. That is high. Because you will come to the Smarana. In the Smarana stage, which we will be talking as we go, is the one which is tied to this Ashtakali Leela and associated with your Siddha, your Siddha Bhava. You are actually your Atma, that's Siddha Dega, it has a Bhava. That Bhava Bhakti is going to be using this Smarana importantly. All these Swaranam, Sravanam, Kirtanam is important. Because Sravana means hearing Harikatha. Of course, today is also we are having Harikatha. Sravanam, then Kirtanam also. We have to sing. Sing what? Actually, you know what? You can glorify about Krishna, Radha Krishna, no problem at all. But higher than that glorification, that is glorifying the Vaishnavas. That is why we spend so much of time and in glorifying Vaishnavas. And even specifically, glorifying specifically our Gurudev is only unique to Gokul Bhajan. Nobody else is specifically glorifying Gurudev. No, they will sing some Vaishnava bhajan and also they will sing some bhajans composed by our Gurudev. Two of them is there. And that's what they do. But Gokul Bhajan, what we do? The highest. But we position as lowest, in fact. Because we are teaching the children. Slowly we are actually building up. That is why we have our own easy bhajans for the children. And then eventually when the taste comes, and when they engage and eventually the taste comes, then they will know. Radha Krishna Pranamara. But initially, if you teach Radha Krishna Pranamara to 4 years or 5 years children, they will run away. That's what happened 2 years. We started Gokul Bhajan 2007, failure. 2008, failure. Everybody went away. Because this is a complaint. These 4 years, my child, you are talking about this particular, this in Bengali, we don't even know our own language. This child, how can he really know anything? That's why we have to work out on Gurudev. Then ordered. Yes, this is how you have to do. You bridge them. So we are not actually, in that way, we are not Vaishnavas even. But we are bridging the Vaishnavas. But we also talk about the highest. No problem. Highest, where other organizations are afraid to do. When our Gurudev translated these, some of the books like, Gita Govindam, and also our Gopi Gita, Gaudiya's organization objected. They condemned our Gurudev. That is why our Gurudev came out alone, away from Gaudiya. I have nothing to do with Gaudiya. I am here only to help. I came to give the highest, topmost. But Gaudiya said, no, it's very risky to, I don't want to touch. They won't talk about this. I will tell you, they will not. Only Gurudev will talk about this. He said, I came to give this. I did not come to give ABCD. Others have come to give that. I came to give you the topmost. And I don't have any fear or anything. I'm so what they call that? But strong and so powerful. That's bold. So bold. I'm so bold. I know this is why I really came for. That is why when our Gurudev starts any class, you may start a question saying, oh Gurudev, can you explain that we are not Atma? It's basic question. You are right? Sorry, you are Atma. I am not a body. Basic question. Within a minute, he will teach all the way to Radharani. Because he is living there. He will immediately connect that in such a way without even his, I don't know how his thought process is very so divine. And that is how it goes there. So, anyway, this is how I really get into all these harikathas outside this. So, because now we are hearing, by hearing all the glories of Harina, why we are not chanting? That itself is aparat. So that means we really talked about all, there is actually separate topic about the glories of Harinam also. That's different. But here we are talking about Nama Aparata, this verse 7. So these 10 offenses must certainly be avoided. In the practice of Haribhajana, one should first of all be very attentive to avoid all Seva Aparadas, which we talked in the previous class, and today it's Nama Aparadas. One should know these aparadas to be severe obstacles in the path of bhajana and vigorously endeavor to give them up. Without giving up these offenses, there can be no question of advancement in bhajana. Rather, the sadhakas fall down is assured. See, guarantee is given now. See, somebody is giving a guarantee. So this is assured. And now, except the first one, who are criticizing or blaspheming pure Krishna devotees. That's the Vaishnava aparat. Except the one, all the others can be rectified by completely surrendering to Nama, Harinama, and crying for mercy. Nama Prabhu is very, very kind. He will forgive. Why we are saying Nama Prabhu separately other than Krishna? If Nama and Nami are saying, why are saying? Because of this. The Nama has the more mercy more merciful than Nami. But not the first one. First one is very serious. But here what they do is, suppose somebody has really done this Vaishnava aparat, very bad. And that person is still here living in this planet. One must surrender. Go there and then forgive, ask for forgiveness. And he will forgive. That is the quality of a Vaishnava. Otherwise, it's not a Vaishnava. He will forgive, whatever. But you have to go. But suppose that person is now not in the planet, what will you do? Now you have to utterly cry to Nama Prabhu only. And this is the only exception. Because that you really did aparat. He has left the planet. Now Nama Prabhu is really merciful to really, provided you really utterly cry. Otherwise we cannot chant. Because the thing is, who will utterly cry? Who does not have an ego. If one has ego, Lord Krishna himself will make sure that he will get thrown away. He will do all kinds of testing. He is not just like the generous to everybody. Janata, like putting advertisements and come back, here we have a big program here. Nothing like that. Krishna is very, very peculiar. Remember, those who really are attracted to this Mayavada philosophy, he asked Sadashiva to really come down as Shankaracharya to drive everybody, take everybody out. Get out like this. Similarly, sometimes, by chance, one may be given some opportunity to really get into the system, gets into this, our Vaishnava Sampradaya. But if they have egoistic, if they have, if they are not, their Siddhadeha is not at all, to really come into here, they will be automatically thrown out by arrangement. Some event will happen, it will throw them out. So all the jivas actually belong to Krishna. It's not belong to any. So nobody belongs to Gurudev or something like that. No, Gurudev is actually only guiding. That's all. Gurudev says that. No, I am not a guru. If anyone says that he is a guru, he is a guru. He is not a guru at all. He cannot. You are giving everybody only to your guru. That's what. That should be the way. Otherwise, these all the things are not going to work at all. Anyway, so the sadhaka should also be vigilant not to commit any seva aparadas in the matter of worship of the deity. We talked about that again in the last class. Seva aparadas that are committed unknowingly in the course of serving the deity are mitigated by how? Surrendering to Lord Hari only. You have to cry by offering prayers unto him, and in particular by taking shelter of Sri Harinama. So always Sri Harinama will always come into picture. So the holy name mercifully forgives all of one's seva aparadas. Sri Harinama is even more merciful than the deity. But if in spite of taking shelter of Harinama and is inattentive again in the matter of Nama Parada, then his fall down is assured. No way of getting out. And the next one, verse number 8. Verse number 8. People are thinking that, oh, just by going to some temples there, oh, all right, I'm going to go back to Godhead. I'm going to go Godhead. But what he's saying is, look at the thing that Chaitanya Charitamrita is saying. Vaiti Bhakti not bring you to ultimate goal. So that means there is something about goal is there. Goal is something, but ultimate goal is different. Adavaiti lakshanam sravana kirtanadini satra sasana bayena yadi kriyante tada vaiti bhakti. So now he is describing the symptoms of Vaiti Bhakti. Very important, very carefully, attentively, give attention. Because it is very subtle. If the limbs of Bhakti, such as Sravana and Kirtana, are performed out of fear of scriptural discipline, it is called Vaiti Bhakti. Okay, now I remember, I recollect something on blog, all of a sudden, I don't know, for some reason it happened and I wrote, was talking about the same thing similar, right? Vaiti Bhakti and then Raganuga Bhakti. So if you see all the religions, almost all the religions, especially the modern religions like Islam or Christianity, whatever it is, they fit into Vaiti Bhakti perfectly. Even those Vishnu Bhaktas, they are also in the Vaiti Bhakti only. Only Krishna Bhaktas are really eligible for getting the Raganuga Bhakti. That's what we are going to see anyway. So here, in that blog, I was telling about how there is even, fear. If you go to their worship place, they will beat. And one case in Nigeria, I know. As they enter into the worship place, everybody will get a beating, beat, because they have to somehow, they think that they have imbibed fear of God, fear of everything. Are you a criminal? We need love and affection. Krishna is like father and mother. He has the most loving relation with us. You are not criminal. Why are you thinking like this? That you have to be fearful of God. This is all these 99.99% of these worships in this world is Vaiti Bhakti. What a shame. But when, like our Gurudev is coming from all the way from Golaka Vrindavan, try to really tell us, all politics comes there so that they are not going to get from our Gurudev. This is why we have to be very careful. Remember how our Gokul Bhajan is positioned? Srila Gurudev, Yugacharya, Srila Gurudev, Yugacharya, Srila Gurudev, Yugacharya, Srila Gurudev. That is the primary. Then Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Maharaj. Swami Maharaj is Raganuga. Because he has two roles, right? One was Raganuga, he is a Raganuga. Perfect Raganuga because our Gurudev and Swami Maharaj, no difference. They are twins. But one took the position of teaching the school. Other one took the position to teach the college. That's the only difference. Okay. Now, anyway, so this Raganuga Bhakti can be obtained only by this, our Guru Varga, in the Raganuga line. If your Guru is not Raganuga, you cannot get Raganuga. Finished. There are so many Gurus are there. But we are under Srila Gurudev. Yes, we are so fortunate. Anyway, the limbs of sadhana that are performed on the paths of both these types of bhakti are generally considered to be one and the same. This is what the problem comes there, right? It's considered to be one and the same. Nonetheless, there is a specific distinction between them. In some devotees, intense longing or greed, lobha, is the cause of engagement in bhakti. Whereas in others, the discipline of the scripture is the cause of engagement in bhakti. Because you belong to some sampradaya, so you will be following that particular discipline, that scripture there, you will follow that. or you follow a religion, you really follow their like Bible or Quran or whatever it is. Up to that you are actually following. But you may think that, oh, I am a devotee, right? You can say, hey, I am dear to this, you may thinking. But it is not Raganuga. Why? There's a difference. That is what is coming here now. This whole verse is about that. Okay? Yatra raga navaptatvat pravritir ubajayate sasane naiva sastrasya savaiti bhakti uchyate. So sadhana bhakti, that is not inspired by intense longing. Intense longing is different. That's a rough I will tell you. Because when suppose a boy and girl actually gets into, some romance or something, what kind of intensity that they really have? Of course, what we are seeing there in the spiritual world, right? That is Radha, Krishna and all those gopis and all those things they are very high. But to just tell a small example in the mundane world, you can see that. Because they try to really, jump off any obstacles. Always thinking, there is here the Loba is there. Loba has two meanings. Loba has, in the spiritual sense, it is a prema. The intense greed. Intense greed which will lead to prema. But in the material world, it's a lust. It's a desire for lust. Okay, so here the intensity as for why you are actually going into that law, that particular God. For why? Why? No reason. That is why unconditional that we say. Unconditional is the pure bhakti. So that is the intense longing. It has no rules and regulation coming to, of course rules and regulations are there. As we have really read that in the other hidden path of devotion, that is a wonderful scriptures by book by our Gurudev himself, right, wrote, that we went through. So there what did we see? That the intensity is the thing. So because rules and regulations are only external, so you have Siddha Rupena and Sadhana Rupena. Sadhana Rupena is basically externally that you are doing sadhana. Siddha Rupena is your inner. So there are two things here now. One is to be hidden, other can see. So the external is basically what you really do as other Vaiti Bhaktas are doing. You are also doing, this and making sure everything is clean, everything is that, this, done correctly, on time, this and everything. Everything you are following. Right? But at the same time, look at those who really, sometimes, this particular Vaiti Bhakti, the external is not really going to manifest. Like, for example, Vamsidasa Babaji. He doesn't care whether it is internal or external. For him, both are same. Internally, he was always talking to the deities. As if they are one-on-one. Discussion will be going on. Everybody will be just watching what is going on, what the drama going on there between. Sometimes you get angry, sometimes you get upset, sometimes you chastise even, even the deity you will chastise. You take a stick. No, if you say like this, I'm going to beat you. So look at here now. This is the Siddha Rupena. Because he's Mahapurusha. But not everybody can mimic that. We have to be very careful. So externally we should not give out. Otherwise that lamp, that jewel which is glittering, or the jewel, the flame which is really shining, if you take it out of the pot, Bindu, put it out. That is why you have to be very careful about how you really do that. You should not share with others. If you share, finished. So the Siddha Rupena is only between you and your Gurudev. Done. Of course, to Krishna, not to anyone else. Okay? Anyway, so one should understand what is meant by the discipline of the scriptures. In all scriptures, of Srimad Bhagavatam is the foremost. Bhagavad Bhakti is said to be the supreme duty for the jivas. So that answers the question there on the slide. Bhagavad Bhakti. This Bhagavad Bhakti is the Prema Bhakti. That is the supreme duty. If a person fulfills all his worldly obligations but does not engage in Hari Bhajana, he descends to a dreadful hell. That means one may be living a dharmic life. That means he is satisfying all the duties, taking care of the children, taking care of the parents, taking care of the old this thing, taking care of the the house and this, everything perfectly he is doing it. But he is not doing Nama Sankirtan. He is not chanting. He will go to hell. Because why hell? Why should you are dharmic? But hell in the sense, he will not be really advancing up there. This hell is really going to give you another birth and another birth and another birth. Maybe if you are doing this, engage in dharma perfectly for 100 lives, you will be eligible to become a Brahma even. It's possible. But not Krishna Bhakti. Prema Bhakti is not possible unless you surrender yourself to Harinama. How Harinama? You have to have Nama Ruchi. The Nama Ruchi has to be there. Then only real Harinama you are actually doing it. Anyway, and here, when you really surrender to Harinam, you don't have any ashram or anything at all. Ya yesham purusham shakchat atma prabhavam ishwaram na bhajayindi avajnanandi sthanat brujashtak patandyataha. The original Supreme Lord, He is Himself the creator of the 4 Varnas and 4 ashramas. He is the Lord, the controller and the soul of them all. Therefore, if anyone belonging to the 4 Varnas and ashramas fails to worship the Lord and disrespects Him instead, he is deprived of his position, Varna and ashrama, and falling to hell. So what he is saying is, yes, we have to do our duty though. It's all external, of course. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita is also saying about this, all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras, and all those who really carry out this, all the Varna Dharma. But the Brahmacharis, Grahasthas, Vanaprasthas, and so on, all those he execute the ashrama dharma. If, however, they do not worship Sri Krishna, then although they may obtain elevation due to material prestige, you may get some better birth and things like that. That's why people are born in USA. But that doesn't mean next birth is going to be in USA. Next birth is going to be somewhere in Middle East or world's case, that is in Nigeria. So, but it's not useful at all because we did not really do Harinam. So unless we do Harinam, we have no way of getting out of this repeated cycle of birth and death. Just because this birth we are actually well and good, say, oh no, don't go to Nigeria, don't go to that India, don't go to this place, that place, but go only to some place to enjoy. What is the thing about your next birth? You don't know where you will be going. So see, we saw that. It is going to be hellish. So that is why you have to do Guru Seva and Manasa Seva eventually. Guru Seva, Manasa Seva. Deity Seva is only temporary. After Deity Seva comes Manasa Seva only. But anyway, so when you do that, then as a part of your Seva, you have to do it right. Not like taking care of the husband, taking care of the house, taking care of the parents. No, that is Dharma. That is the sadhana. So what is important is Guru Seva and this Deity Seva, of course, that lead to eventually Prema. That is your Siddha sadhana. That is your Manasa Seva. So you have to reach there. So for that Guru Seva, you have to do whatever Guru Dev wants. You are not on your own. Never ever think that you are independent than you are from your Gurudev's line of thinking. You always in frequency with your Gurudev. There is a name for that actually. Okay. All right. So that's good. There is a name for that. What is that again? We studied that. Correct. Tadatmya. Very nice. Very good. Thank you. Tadatmya. Yeah, Tadatmya means same frequency. Whatever that Guru thinks, you think the same thing. Same way. And maybe suppose Gurudev maybe giving class, and and then probably he's actually probably needs some little water or something like that. Yeah, one real disciple will immediately know that, oh, he's feeling thirsty, because you will feel it. Oh, immediately, because you are in line with Guru. Whatever that Guru is thinking, that you think. Okay, this is what is called that. What the name again? Tadatmya. So a perfect example is all the gopis. What exactly they were in line with? Radharani. Whatever Radharani thinks, gopis will immediately get it. Whatever Radharani feels, the pleasure, gopis and manjaris, everybody will get it. Even amplified. They have one amplifier. It's called, your Radharani, whatever that's called Priya. She gets some pleasure, right? But the thing is, when it really goes to the gopis, especially manjaris, they get amplified. The amplifier, right? You put an amplifier, it amplifies more. Then another amplifier, that goes to manjaris. Manjaris get so much of pleasure. So look at here, it's all tadatmya. Okay? All the gopis and manjaris, they're all in tadatmya with Radharani. So like that, we should be in line with what Gurudev is thinking. Huh? Okay. Anyway, all right. So we are in this one. Okay. In Srimad Bhagavatam, here Devarshi Narada Muni is saying, oh, by the way, there is some Puranas, Brahma Vivarta Purana. It's talking something saying that, remember the fall of Brinda Devi down to here. It's not correct. First of all, Narada has nothing to do with Goloka. Nothing to do with Goloka. He's not in Goloka. Okay. Goloka, he enter in, of course, Dwaraka and all those places he can go. There in Goloka, he can serve only as a gopi, because nobody else is allowed. Narada Muni is not, no, he's not. But these Puranas, they really manifest their own thing, and they write it out. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very, very particular about that. Don't read all those kind of things there, and don't teach them also. Okay, anyway. Tasmat kenapi ubayena manak Krishna niveshayet. The basic and primary aim of all types of sadhana is to fix the mind on Krishna by whatever method is effective. This is again coming there. Okay, I'll just keep going little more, because we need to cover more. That which has been ascertained in the scriptures to be duty for the jivas is called vidhi. That is the vidhi bhakti. Because somebody is telling in your religions that you are following, you have to do this, everything. That is vidhi. So, and also there is vidhi means to do, must to do. That is vidhi. And that also there is something else. It's also forbidden. Forbidden means it should not be done. Should not be done. Okay, should do, that is vidhi, and should not do is nisheda. So the Vaidya Dharma, that is Vaidya Bhakti, the jivas, are religion that is enacted in accordance with spiritual regulations, involves observing rules and prohibitions. Like, take anyone. Hindus, Muslims, Christianity, they are actually bound by these rules and regulations, of course. And they have faith only in that, of course. And they really are into this. This is purely Vaidya Bhakti only. And most of them, it's also dharmis. So one should remember Lord Vishnu at all times. This is the basis of all positive injunctions. Vidhi. All the regulations of Varna and Ashrama are attendants of this primary injunction. Never forget the Lord at any time. This is the basis of all prohibitory injunction, that is Nisheda. Okay, so it really goes on. So Vaidya Bhakti, so basically when the jivas are engaged in Bhakti out of fear of violating the directions of the scriptures, it is called Vaidya Bhakti. Some of the Puranas, if you see these Tamasi Puranas, and especially even look at here, Satyanarayana Puja. Satyanarayana Puja, look at here. Even though we consider that as kind of a Satvik, they will read something. When they are reading, also every year, I will be doing this Satyanarayana Puja, otherwise I will go to hell or something like that. Because if you don't do that, you will get into this problem. If you do that, then you will go to heaven or things like that. So I said, by Satyanarayana Puja, because sometimes some people, so-called devotees, they used to call me for this Satyanarayana Puja. After finding out what exactly dangerous this thing is, I said, no. Even in some of the Balaji temples, they will have these things there. I will run away from there. No. We should not have any fear of violating the directions of the scriptures eventually. But externally, we have to. That's it. You give respect and then go away. But in your heart, we should not hanger for this kind of rules and regulations. Look at the gopis. They did not even chant. Did they follow any rules and regulations that whatever we are actually following this Vaiti Bhakti? This deity worship or something or that. Deity worship was done because of the Leela, sun god also. Only sun god. I will tell you tomorrow, I think we will have probably time about that. But the thing is, no, they are not really following this Vaiti Bhakti. But they cannot forget Krishna even for a moment. It's not possible. Why? Because they are the Raganuga. Raganuga is not bound by rules and regulations. And as they are the highest, we should not expect anything related to Vaiti. It's pure Raganuga. Actually, they are Ragatmika. What is the difference between Raganuga and Ragatmika? Can somebody tell? Raganuga and Ragatmika. Following. They have not attained yet. Okay, now tell me about the difference between Sattva and Sutta Sattva and Visuddha Sattva. There are three Sattvas. Sattva, which is basically Brahmanas are supposed to be Sattva. Yeah? What is Sattvic? Yes, ma. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Very good. Okay. So you talked about Sattva and Sutta Sattva. I am going to ask one more thing. What is Visuddha Sattva? Anyone? Visuddha Sattva. There's another one. What is the Visuddha Sattva? Okay, no one. Okay. Visuddha Sattva is the quality that, it is also Sattvic like we go. The third level is Visuddha Sattva, that only the associates of, like for example, Nanda Baba, Yashoda, and all the gopis, they are in Visuddha Sattva. Of course, they are Ragatmika because of the affection and the level. But the Sattvic level is third level, which is Visuddha Sattva. Visuddha Sattva means no. Actually, okay, now I put another question. By practicing, Jiva, like our Jivatma, by doing this practicing and then obtain all the way to, let us say, Sutta Sattvic, can a Jivatma obtain the status of Visuddha Sattva? Yes. No. No, wrong. It's not. Yeah, that is one. But the thing is, Visuddha Sattva are all actually belong to those directly manifestations from Krishna and also Balaram. Balaram means what? Straight away, all the way there in the Golaka Vrindavan level. So those eternal associates, because for example, I will tell you, we cannot become Yashoda. We cannot become Ananda Baba. But if you want to become like Yashoda, you can get the quality of up to the Sutta Sattva and have the affection. That is absolutely fine. You will be, because in fact, in the body of Yashoda and also Nanda Baba, there are two personalities who really did tapas. They also entered into that. If you read Vishnu Purana, that is what they are talking about. But actually, it's like Haridas Thakura, in the body, it was not just one. There are three. So in the same way, so Yashoda is original. He is from Goloka, not Goloka Vrindavan, Goloka. And then Nanda Baba is also from Goloka. But now the thing is, if somebody wants to really become like this, they can approach until that. They can go to the Goloka, but like become kind of a similar to Yashoda, you can go. You can become like a nursing mother or all those things you can do, but not Vishuddha Sattva. Okay, very careful as we go deeper and deeper. These things are very important to really differentiate. Otherwise, you'll be lost. It is very, very, very involved. Okay, all right. Okay, so now, okay, here you go. So by I haven't read that yet. By taking darshan of the deity of the Lord and hearing the sweetness of Krishna's pastime in childhood, boyhood, and youth, as described in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, intense longing arises. This is why Gurudev says Harikatha, Shravanam, Shravanam, Shravanam. He even told like this. Suppose somebody goes there and then going around Govardhan, doing Govardhan Parikrama, but they don't have taste in hearing Harikatha. Huh? Do they get any benefit? Our Gurudev said no, nothing. So hearing Harikatha is topmost, even higher than doing Parikrama. This is very, very, very much intense. Okay. So anyway, by taking darshan of the deity of the Lord and by hearing the sweetness of Krishna's pastime in child, okay, all those described in the 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, intense longing. Srimad is Lobha. This Lobha is spiritual Lobha. This is for attaining, this is going to lead to prema. But the other Lobha, the lust in this material world is going to take you to hell. Right? See, anger, lust, anger, and greed, these three are the gates to the hell. You know that, right? That is in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everywhere it's there. So that's also called Lobha. That Lobha is actually lust. Where will the lust to take you? Hell. 3 doors of hell are lust means, I want to really, amass wealth. I want to do this and I want this, and also for, eating this, everything. All kinds of sense gratification there are lust. Then anger. Anger for good cause is different. Of course, our Gurudev also gets angry like crazy, but that is spiritual. For spiritual reason, anger is necessary. Lord Shiva without anger, he cannot do the job. So this anger is on material things. Material hangering, suppose I have lust, I have hangering, and I didn't get it, anger comes. Anger comes for what? Not spiritual reason, for our own reason. That is the anger the scripture is talking about to avoid and get rid of that. But it's not possible. Even big yogis cannot really get rid of that. Vishwamitra always gets angry. He just curses. Then what is the point in? These lust, anger, and greed. Look at here. Greed is said to be the incurable disease in human. It's not, you cannot be going to cure at all. You can even cure cancer, you can cure anything, but the greed cannot be cured. That is why we will go on and this and betting and bargaining, this and all kinds of nonsense we are doing because of greed. These three are, again, lust, like this. This is you, this is God, anyway. Lust, anger, greed. These three are the gates to the hell. Okay? Anyway, so I also got a text that saying Madan Mohan will be singing today. Okay, very good. Okay, yes, we are going there. Yes, so we have time. Okay, I'll just keep an eye on that. Because when I talk about these things, and I really lose the time, it's a problem. Verse 9 is Raganuga Bhakti. This Raganuga Bhakti is not easy to understand. Ada Raganuga Lakshanam Nijavimmata Brajarajanandanasya Seva Prapti Lobena Yaditani Kriyande Tada Raganuga Bhakti Uttam. So this Raganuga Bhakti is not easy to understand. Because unless really one has Raganuga Bhakti in their Raganuga, that Baba in their Siddha, they cannot understand. He's just talking something and then, Okay. So here we are going to see 2 things again I mentioned. Sataka Rupena, Siddha Rupena. I didn't mention that. Externally, you do the Bhaiti Bhakti, Sadhaka Rupena. So you do all the sevas and everything. But Siddha Rupena, what will you do? Bhava. Bhava is Chitta. Outside you cannot really, except Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in and out everywhere. He was always in Bhava. So we could see the collapses and everything and tears like pouring like that. Right? So that's what this is talking about. Seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena chatrahi, tatbhava lipshuna karya, brajalokanusarataha, krishnam smaranjanam chasya, preshtam nija samihitam, tat kadaradas chasau, Kuryat Vasham Braje Sada. Anyways, that is the whole explanation, the big. Devotion that involves the practices of links of bhakti such as Shravana and Kirtana. Always, if you see that, Shravana and Kirtana is very important, therefore. Smarana is hidden because that is related to the Siddha Deha. So these are carried out by sadhakas with intense longing, again coming lower, to obtain the service of their innermost desired object. What is the innermost desired object? Not dollar, not dollar. Not whatever that you can think of in this world that can give you pleasure. No. The desired object is Braja Raja Nandan Krishna, not even Lord Narayana. It's very, very careful. Because what we are talking about Raganuga is not at all going to be possible there. Like the way, because Raganuga, what we mean is only to Krishna. Because Krishna is the only one who is having this Venu Gita, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, and what is the other one again? Prema Madhuri. Okay, like that. So we are talking about that Krishna. That is called, that longing, intense longing. Because like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, even a nimisha is like a kalpa is it's going very slowly. This is how Radharani feels. This is how gopis feel. So that is what is a longing. You have to cry, oh Krishna, Krishna, oh Krishna, where are you? Where are you? What are you seeing in the picture? Krishna, just like that, he really sings something on his flute. But when he really sings, look at what happens to all those people. I have a wonderful book actually brought by Navakishori from India. I'm reading. I'm somewhere here. A.D. Jewel. This is about a sadhaka who really, he had a lot of realization. And in this book, it's saying, look at here. When Radharani hear the bewitching poison-like sound, she both praised and condemned it to her Sakhis. Oh friends, what is this amazing flute music? It brings no cold or snow, but still I am shivering. Look at here. Because the flute does not, it's saying, no, it's not making snow or making it cold. If he wants, he can do, but it's not. But still it makes me to shiver. It is not a weapon. It's just a piece of a bamboo stick. But still it cuts me into me so quick. It brings no heat. No heat is coming from the flute song. But it sets me on fire. This from Vidakta Madhava. I have the book too. How many oceans of scriptures I really want to share with those, especially who are all, took initiations under Gurudev. But where is it? I don't know how many years I'm going to be here. But ocean, I'm not even a drop. Okay, then, oh cruel flute, although you and the bow are both born from bamboo, it is to the bow that I offer my respectful obeisances and not to you. When the bow's arrow pierces the body, one dies without prolonged pain. At least good. However, when your musical arrows, which are more terrible than Cupid's darts, pierce our hearts, we experience a most horrible condition, wherein we can neither live or die. Weapon, at least it will kill. But here, it is like, I think there was what was the sage that who wrote the Valmiki? Valmiki was a hunter. The way he really used to hunt was, he shot the arrow and then, but the thing is, he will not really kill it. He will really make sure that it is really, it's really pain, it is really feeling pain. So he will not kill it immediately. So let the pain, but it's like this here, not, you won't die, but you cannot live. So this is the thing, again from Vidakta Madhava. And though the sound is very slight, it spreads throughout the whole world. Though the sound enters the ear, it spreads pain throughout the whole body. Though the sound has sweetness as its nature, it produces many other tastes, sometimes nectar and sometimes poison. Actually, Gurudev has really, when translating this Gopi Gita, so he has given the double meaning of those, what they sing. It's beautiful. You should read. This Gopi Gita is a pinnacle. Okay? Actually, Madan Mohini sang the whole thing. And that is my, whenever I really feel like that, I think I really posted also, probably, I don't know, something like that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That is a bhava, Actually, when we were having a program there, when with Gurudev, I was sitting down there, and in that, there was one devotee, his name was Tirtha Maharaj. Actually, his Samadhi is also put in the same Samadhi Mandir in Navadvip, because he was the one who really gave Samadhi to our Gurudev. And we are so dear, and then he came to North Carolina and then lived, stayed with us. And he wanted to sing in our studio, he sang. I'm having some record there also. He's very sweet. Because Gurudev is empowered. My God, the way he expressed and sang the Gopi Gita. And I could not really feel that where I am, I was. Gurudev is here, Gurudev is, he was explaining that in such a way that he was crying and crying. And especially when he started, the lights were off. Purposely, they really, I don't know, they planned it. Off. Everybody was just hearing the nectar. And then at the end of that, it's 19 slokas, right? And at the end, they really put on the light again. The whole floor is all full of tears, including us, of course. Immediately after the program, I ran to that Maharaj. Oh Maharaj, oh Maharaj, oh Maharaj, oh Maharaj. We had so acquaintance. He eventually came to our home in North Carolina. I got the opportunity to really associate with him for several days. We are giving programs here and there. In fact, there are so many sadhus have really come to our home. Maybe 23 years. So many devotees, and there is almost all the sannyasis. Everybody have come to our home. So this was how Gurudev had really blessed us. Gurudev was supposed to come and then stay in our home when he was about to come in 2004. But because of the reason, doctor's rule, we could not make it. And we were crying and crying. Now Gurudev is permanently in our home. We gave a place. That's what Sasanta Maharaj told. This is a place you have to put a Vyasasana. That's the place. So that is Gurudev. Gurudev is right here. It's my website. Okay. Anyway, Raganuga Bhakti is performed in two ways. With the Sadhaka Rupa, with the external body through execution of the limbs of Bhakti. This is the Vaiti Bhakti. Then with the Siddha Rupena, Siddha Rupa is with the internally conceived body that is suitable for carrying out the perfected service, Prema Seva. If your Siddha Deha is a Manjari, you will automatically feel enthused, and some hangry will automatically come like that. If you are a Saka, that's different. Anyway, but the highest thing that we are talking about is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give the highest, which is the Manjari Bhava. That is what the line we are in. Don't think all the only females will be able to do that. No. It's nothing to do with Jiva. Because when you really go toward the Chitta Pranali, Chitta Prana means realizations. By advancing higher and higher, you will really feel that. Completely everything will come one after another by the grace of Gurudev, and of course what is the power thing? What is the thing again? Radharani's power that actually manifests there. Swarupa Sakti. Very good. All right. Very good. I think you have to be Swarupa Sakti. So when that comes, then automatically the manifestations will come. And they will know what exactly their seva, their everything, and their trust, and their this, everything. That is the prema seva. They will be doing in that particular thing. But look at here. How many we are in the name of bhakti? What are they doing? This is the highest. They don't know anything about it. Doing this, just Satyanarayana puja is itself is that's all. Or chanting, doing the Vishnu Sahasranama, they think that is bhakti. That is low bhakti. We are not here to really get that. We are here to really get the topmost jewel. Anyway, residing in Braja with an intense desire to obtain one cherished object of who is Sri Krishna. And the divine sentiments of his beloved associate, that is Rati, towards Sri Krishna. One should follow in the footsteps of the eternal residents of Braja, the dear associates of Sri Krishna, such as, this is what is very important. This only Gurudev will be, when you really talk to Gurudev, then this will manifest. Radhika, Lalita, Vishaka and Surupa Manjari. We are not mimicking that we are us. That's the problem. That's dangerous. There are a lot of so-called Babas in the Radha Kunda. They are giving Sutta Pranali. Prana means this realization. Oh, you are Lalita Devi. You are Vishaka Devi. You are like no. You have to follow means whatever how they were actually doing in this when they were here. And how they are all aligning to Radharani in the spiritual world. And that is what you should do as a servant to them. So one should also adhere to personalities such as Sri Rupa Goswami, see look at here, and Sanatan Goswami who performed bhajana in Braja in pursuance of the sentiments of those eternal associates. With one's eternally conceived body, that is what the Siddha Rupa I am talking about. One should execute service within the mind. Manasi Seva, come. See? Manasi Seva is coming. This is why the Ashtakaliya Kali Leela is coming into picture now. This book that I am talking about is also, yes, you see this particular one that I am reading is from the Madhyana Leela, 10:48 a.m. to 11:12 a.m. So everything is, all sections, they are all actually divided. Another one is there is another book. What is the other book, that big book? What the book, Navakisha, do you remember? Huh? Govinda Leelamrita. Yeah, actually, I know. The Karnamai also got a copy actually. So, but yeah, you have to get, yeah, okay. So time will come to really relish all those things to whoever actually are that fortunate. Okay, good. Very nice. If someone raises objection that now he's talking about something, I will just explain what this one is meaning is. So, there was some commentary added saying that this raises objection that the word Braja Loka refers only to Radharani, Lalita and Gopis and all the Manjaris, everything they follow. So that means they don't really do the sadhaka deha. No. That means we don't have to do the sadhaka deha. No. Sadhaka deha, that means external body also we should do. So we have to do the worship, the Yagadasi, Salagrama, if you have, and worshipping of Tulasi, these two we do, right? Very, very important. Yagadasi and Tulasi puja, they are very, very important. So what this search is talking about is, that is Apasiddhanta. That means, the way that all those who really came down to here as our 6 Goswamis and the Acharyas, we have to follow them in the way that, they are, we can also achieve that level to serve them. So we will be doing that, like, okay, basically like Lalita, okay, we are in the line of Lalita Devi, but we cannot assume that, only they can actually, they will be doing only the Siddha Deha seva, but not externally or something. No, there is a confusion. But what he is talking about is, no, we have to simply follow in the way that our Acharyas follow their footsteps, but positioning ourselves as servants to them. Servant of Lalita, or it's not even possible, no, that's very difficult. Servant of Rupa Goswami. Actually, even more specific, servant of our Gurudev. So we serve our Gurudev, Gurudev is a Manjari who is serving there like that, and then it really goes on. So this is how we have to position. So anyway, so there is some discussion, we don't have to really go through that detail. Anyway, okay, we'll just skip that. Okay, Bhakti Rasamrta, Jiva Goswami, this is what the summary. Srila Jiva Goswami Pada has explained the same thing, namely that the word Brajaloka refers to the dearmost associates of Sri Krishna and their followers such as Srila Rupa Goswami and others. Therefore, one should perform internal service as Manasa Seva through the medium of the Siddha Deha by following in accordance with Rupa Manjari and other Brajavasis. Understand? That's what I was trying to say. With the Sadhaka Deha, one should perform bodily service by following. See, that's what I said. How they were performing. Because, for example, Rupa Goswami, right, he also had a deities, everything true. And also, he was actually serving to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the seva was also going on externally also. So internal is also going on, external is also going on. Okay. Anyway, so time is running according to, okay. Let me go a little, one more sloka maybe. One more sloka, Krishna, okay, here we go. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we'll go from here. Srila Kaviraj Goswami has stated this as follows. Krishna Leela Amrita Sara Tarasata Satadara Dasadike Bahe Yaha Haite Se Chaitanya Leela Haya Sarovara Akshaya Manohamsa Charaha Atahate. The pastimes of Sri Krishna are the essence of all transcendental nectar. Everything coming to Karikata only. Then these nectarian pastimes flow in hundreds and hundreds of streams, inundating the 10 directions. The pastimes of Sri Chaitanya are an imperishable reservoir of nectar, saturated with the pastimes of Krishna. Oh, swan-like mind, please wander on this transcendental lake. Nahana bhavera bhaktajana Hamsa Chakravaka Ganam Yate Sabe Akkarena Bihara Krishna Keli Samrunalam Yahapai Sarvakala Bhakta Hamsa Karaye Ahara. The devotees situated in various transcendental moods are like swans and Chakravaka birds who play upon the transcendental lake of Krishna's pastimes. The sweet bulbs of the stalks of lotus flowers are the sportive amorous pastimes of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna eternally enacts his pastimes and consequently they are the foodstuff for the swan-like devotees who have taken shelter of Sri Gaurachandra, who is the eternal embodiment of Vipralambarasa and identically informed to Sri Krishna, the eternal embodiment of Sambhoga Rasa. So here Vipralamba and Sambhoga, union and separation, they're all coming. And these, because of these two, so many pastimes are manifesting. Because they came, why they really manifested all the pastimes? So attract the jivas and to really have association with the pure devotees. Because Krishna wanted to enjoy with all his bhaktas. He is Sachidananda. He doesn't need anyone, any other way to enjoy, any separate mean to enjoy other than just by himself. But he also wanted to give a pleasure to every devotees, like all the gopis and everybody. And also in that process, he is also enjoying. So now if you see that hankering for the Krishna Katha, should be like a swan. You have to extract only that is really the nectar, the essence. Because swan, nowadays it's all extinct, that's what I heard, that's what we are hearing. If you give a mixture of milk and water mixed, it can actually drink, so it will only the milk will go in. I don't know what kind of mechanism in there, really have some filter or something, whatever it is, only milk will go in, water will not go in. Okay, because they want only milk. So now similarly the other one is Chakravaka birds, they never drink any water from the earth, on the earth. If the rainwater has fallen on the earth, no, it's not, I don't like this one. I want only the fresh rain from the rain cloud. So it will be flying up in the sky, looking for rain clouds to try, put some these things. It will never, and even if it gets so thirsty, it will be ready to die than even drink the water that has already fallen on the earth. That is the nature of the Chakravaka boards. Yeah. So the Chakravaka board and swan, that is getting compared here. That is why in the Prarthana, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he is talking about that. Gaura Prema Rasar Nave se Tarange Yaba Dube se Radha Madhava Antarange. Gaura Prema is an ocean of rasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever he was really giving us. Those who submerge themselves in the waves of that ocean emerges in the waves of the confidential and intimate service of Radha Madhava. So like that, then also, Kaviraj Goswami is also going there. So here, Raganuga Bhakta should taste Krishna Leela. Okay, so Kaviraj Goswami and Narottam Das Thakur, if you really read their scriptures, it is so sweet because they are all completely about Raganuga Bhaktas. Raga is meant for Raganuga Sadhakas. Therefore, Raganuga Sadhaka should taste Krishna Leela. He is the Leela Purushottama. Where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Prema Purushottama. Where Ramachandra is Maryada Purushottama. We don't know, because our Gurudev initially he started with Maryada Purushottama. Then after that he got elevated to the Leela Purushottama. Then also he is, then the Prema Purushottama both now. So this is how he really positioned. Look at how he really transcended. But he is everything. He's gone through all those. Anyway, therefore Raganuga Sadhu, should taste Krishna Leela through the medium of Gauri Leela. So that means reading Chaitanya Charitamrita is very, very important. It's very important. So we hope that one day we will be able to really reach there. We'll see. Consequently, it is essential for sadhakas to remember Gauri Leela and to follow the eternal associates of Sri Chaitanya. So many associates, most of them actually came as all the Manjaris came. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought more Manjaris and Krishna brought more Gopis. So, because it was for a different purpose, right? So, because Prema Purushottama, he came to give Manjari Bhava. Anyway, so one observe the limbs of bhakti, that is, this is the thing again. It is certainly imperative that one observe the limbs of bhakti. What are those? That's what we really talked about that, right? 64 rangas. Wow, how does it start now? Guru Padasraya, first one. Anyway, so here something is getting put in Yakadasi, Tulasi Seva, Salagrama Seva, and so on. That were practiced by the foremost associates of Sri Rupa Goswami and others. There is no doubt about this. Sri Rupa Goswami, okay, now talking about Salagrama, this thing, when you do Salagrama worship, when you start it, you have to be very careful that you do not miss even a single day. This is why some devotees used to really keep Salagram separately and then they don't bother. But Salagram, if it is properly worshipped, it can give so much of elevation, advancement in the bhakti. Remember, like actually, Gopalapata Goswami had some Salagram, which really turned into the nice Radharaman. Yes, very good. Okay, Sri Rupa Manjari appearing. Yeah, yes, ma. Somebody. Okay, so Sri Rupa Manjari appearing as Sri Rupa Goswami with the attitude of a sadhaka, weeps again and again and prays anxiously to obtain the service of Sri Yugala. See how he is showing us to do. That's why it was talking about we have to follow them. So he's not saying I am already Siddhanta and I don't know. Yeah, it's like that. No, he is doing sadhana. He is doing sadhana, but he weeps and again and prays for the service. Already he is serving as Rupa Manjari. But here also he is praying and crying, oh please give me seva for what? For us to follow. That is why they came down. Sometimes while praying in this way, he would become so deeply immersed in the emotional trance of Rupa Manjari that he would taste the happiness of direct service. Therefore, Raganuga sadhakas, here Raganuga. Not Raga, see Raganuga. Because when you are following them, it's Raganuga. When they are there in the eternal Leela, they are Ragatmika. Okay, remember that. So therefore, Raganuga sadhakas, how we should be really following them in that way. So must certainly follow Sri Rupa Sanatana and other Goswamis. Opposed to this are those who vainly consider themselves as Rasika sadhakas, but who do not adopt the limbs of bhakti, such as Guru. See, look at here. Straight away. First limb is Guru Padashraya. So that means if you are calling yourself as I am a Bhakta, wrong. Complete number one lie. Because you don't have even Guru Padashraya. You haven't surrendered to a Guru. But then you are going to temple, you are doing this and everything, thinking that you will be fine. But you are not even a Bhakta. You are not following Yegadasi Vrata. They can never obtain the service of Sri Yugala. Okay? This subject is extremely deep. Without the mercy of Sri Gurudeva or pure Rasika devotees, the sadhaka cannot conceive of his Siddha Deha. Siddha Deha has to come when one comes to the, remember different 9 levels that we talked about that is Madhurya Kadambini. Okay, when we come to the Bhava Bhakti, we'll be going through all those. I will tell you, this book is so much is there. Bhava Bhakti, slowly the Nitya Siddha Deha will manifest. All other things will be closing out. You don't want to preach all this Bhagavad Gita and this, even that, this one and this, nothing will come. You are not going to be interested in any of those. That is an indication. In fact, the whole very purpose by the preaching itself will stop. Preaching itself, there won't be any interest because only by Gurudev's order you are doing. You will not have any preaching interest at all. Nothing. If you are preaching, that means you have come down to Madhyama level. If you are a Uttamadhikari, and you know, in order to preach, you have to come down like our Gurudev, like Swami Maharaj. They are Uttama Bhaktas. They had to come down to preach because of the order of the Guru. That is why they came. So then when you really go higher and higher, you will be distasteful even for those kind of scriptures, which has nothing to do with giving Bhava Bhakti. So when the Bhava Bhakti comes, yes, your attachment to your family will go away. You will feel that, oh Krishna, why you have really put this burden on me? I should have been born as a somebody, and then I would have taken, you know, like what is that called? The Brahma, what is the thing called? Brahmacharya or something like that. I would have really gone to Vrindavan, and then I don't, you know, why unnecessarily you really put that. That will come. But externally, you have to do the sadhaka. You have to do the duties also, but in a detached way. This is where it becomes so tricky. You have to be very careful to how to manage all this. Okay. So those interests will go away. Preaching interest will stop, actually. But that preacher is doing just because of Gurudev's order. That is why. Otherwise, it's not. It's not necessary. You will go like the which is the Dasa Vamsi Dasa Babaji. It will become like that. That's it. He was not interested in giving any Harikatha, nothing. Babajis are like that. They were not interested in giving any Harikatha to everybody. But only when somebody is hangering, even actually then our Gaurakishwar Das Babaji also, totally uneducated. But when somebody hangers for the Harikatha, his Harikatha is amazing. All the Shastras will be there. How does it come? They are in that Siddha Deha level. So when they develop this kind of distaste in this kind of, you know, all this nonsense in dealing with the family, dealing with the this thing, dealing with the money, dealing with the this, dealing with even temple, they'll be distasteful. They'll say, I want to go about Aham Bhikshu Vrindavane. That was the 99. That was the reason. That is what it is. I want to become a beggar, throwing out everything, no internet connection, no phone, nothing, you throw out everything. But you what will you eat? That is not a problem. You have, see, that is why in the Vrindavan Mahimamrita, nicely, who is that one written? Written by Prabodhananda Saraswati. So his uncle of Gopalabhatta Goswami wrote, why should I worry about it? Yamuna is full of water, but now if you drink water, you will die immediately anyway. So because all the contaminants are there. So anyway, so I will drink the water from water Yamuna, and you want me to eat? Oh, lot of leaves are there. Even then, sometimes I can get some fruit also. All the leaves are, these are divine leaves. I can eat them. So that is the thing. Swarupa Siddhi is very important. That is ultimate. But will we be able to get it in this one life? Oh, yeah, it's coming here. Look at it. Yeah, one obtains Swarupa Siddhi, perception of one's eternal perfect form. See, occurs in Bhava Bhakti. Remember, yeah, I just mentioned that. In Bhava Bhakti stage, that happens. Then the Vastu Siddhi comes. Vastu Siddhi is attained after giving of this body and taking birth in Krishna's Bhaumanila. What is Bhaumanila? Can anyone tell about what is Bhaumanila? What is Bhaumanila? Yes, that's the Prakata Leela of Bhagavan. When once in a day of each Brahma, right, he really goes to those Brahmandas and enacts a pastime. So you will be given to the opportunity to be born in the womb of a gopi, so that you can get perfection. So this Bhauma Leela is basically you are actually participating as very first thing that you are doing now. Like newly married, because nowadays who knows cooking? Nobody knows cooking. Everybody is so, order something and put it in the micro oven, you eat. So now everybody's all the married, the girls, they don't know, how to cook sometimes. But again, when they really come to these, the home of these in-laws, the mother-in-law will teach. Hey, you have to cook like this, you have to do like this, don't do this, like this. They will train. He will give training. Then after some time, she will think that, okay, all right, today I have some headache or something. Because why? Slowly she wants to make her to really to take care of the cooking. I have some things, I need to take some rest, I have some headache or something. They will be pretendly, they will be waiting, so that now, after whatever the training, now that girl is now going to really do the cooking. Like that. Before a jiva is really going to Goloka Vrindavan, if it is destined, then you need training. There is no training facility in Goloka Vrindavan. All right, okay, you are coming as a Manjari. All right, okay, we have a camp. Okay, this is the thing, this is the department. You need to go to the orientation program, and then you really come to here. Okay, all right. There is nothing like that there. There are always everybody in prema all the time, and every moment the prema level is increasing, exponentially increasing, because spiritual world anything can happen. Okay, so I don't know how much more is there. My God, I think I am very poor in following the speed. Now the time is there. Okay, so we will put a stop, and then we'll sing a bhajan glorifying Vaishnavas. And okay, so we will start from 126, right? Is that the one? I don't know. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Okay. So somebody just remind me 126. Okay. Yes, we will sing bhajana. I'll just quickly advance. And here we go. Okay, this is the one. Sri Rupa Paschate. So here, I will explain what it is. Sri Rupa, Sri Rupa, I don't know what exactly the right tune. I just suggested Madan Mohini to really sing this. Remember it's a familiar tune that it is fitting anyway. Because sometimes I don't know what's it, because I haven't seen any Vaishnava songs, Vaishnavas who have sung these. Sri Rupa Pachate Ami Rahi Bhavita Rahi Bhavita Gana, like that you go. Donhe Punahai Bena Amapane Chana. I will tell the meaning so that you can enjoy. Meanwhile, where are you? So you are going to be singing from the Zoom? That is why. Okay, but that's fine then. Okay, so then I will just read the meaning and then you sing. Okay. I timidly follow behind Sri Rupa Manjari. When will she say to me, oh, go and then get some water for the, divine couples, they are waiting, like that. When will she order me? Get some water for the divine couple. And the second rule, this thing is, Sadaye Kridaye Donhe Kohi benahasi Kotaya paili baile rupa yenavadasi. When will the divine couple, Radha Krishna, compassionately smiling and say, hey, by the way, where has Rupa Manjari gotten this young maid servant? She has come new. Look at that. That means she must be waiting. And the third one, what is the third one? And hearing these words, Sri Rupa Manjari will say, oh Radhe, Manjulali Manjari, she actually gave this maid servant to me and I am giving to. So there is actually, we are really talking about abolishing this slavery and this and everything. Abraham Lincoln had to come and Martin Luther had to come to really stop the slavery, because the slavery here is painful. But just opposite to that, the slavery in Goloka is the topmost, even higher than the pleasure that enjoyed by Radharani. Come to that. It is perverted reflection, completely opposite. Look at here. This is the topmost. All right? At that time, fourth one. Atinam rachitami igaro janilo seva karya diyatabe ketaya rakilo. At that time, I feel very humble at heart, and I will diligently engage in the service of the divine couple. All right, contract signed. All right, I am eternally yours for, your servant, maid servant forever. What salary? No salary. Seva is the salary. There is another one. Actually, we used to really do some harikatha in some, only the group, so initiator groups, we used to do that. I used to share some of the kathas that Gurudev used to tell the devotees not to reveal, but I know some of them. So it won't be there in the public. The public, we have to be careful. We should not put everything. Anyway, the last one. Hena tatva donga karam shakshate kohiya narota me sevaya dibe niyukta koriya. When will the divine couple directly speak in this way to Narottam Dasa, engaging him in their service? So there's one slave is finding another slave and then giving as a contractor to Radharani. So then now in the Radharani register, your name has been written as one of the servants. This is what Gurudev used to give Harikatha like this. Yeah, your name should be in the ledger of Srimati Radharani. You have to thank her for that. Go, stand. Like that, he's amazing. Anyway, yes, now we have Madan Mohini is going to be singing this bhajan for us. Okay, now only thing is, I don't know how to, okay, I have to, okay, let us go there. Go ahead and then sing. Okay, 1, 2, and go ahead.